So mukwano gwange atulaba omulungi special care schools balina ebintu ebyenjawulo bye bakola kansubire nti enentebe bagiteereddewo nze project zino zitambulira ddala basebo ne bannyabo tuyingidde akatale k'engatto temulowooza nti bino ebintu biva China abaana babikolera wano flaska ogiraba n'ekisaanikira kyayo teziwoza caayi omuteekamu n'omunywa nga ayokya bulungi nnyo nnyini ddala. Tulina engatto z'amasanda eno ya mukyala Nankabirwa Mariam. Wow! Mulenzi, uli utya?
Jendi.
What is your name?
My name is Tumsime Ukasha.
Tumsime Ukasha. Ani gwe tusiima?
Me.
Tetusiima gwe naawe tusiima Katonda. Lwaki ombuzaabuza gwe Katonda? Are you your God?
No.
Yes, you have. Inagamba tumusiime Mukama osegeera. Yes. So okyali ku Hado Media omulungi special care schools wetukyali muganda wange ate wano wetuzze waliwo craft owakabye nnyinnyini ddala era nga njagala tufune batunnyonnyole kiki kitwala ki beetaaga bikyo bikola kyetaagisa ki byonna bagenda kubaira nga babitunnyonnyola. Gwe ndi naye muyizi muto omulungi alabika obulungi ennyo era nga nja kusaba atubuulire ku mannya gennyabo gwani.
My name is Nakato Anat.
Oh, where do you live?
Kanyanya.
Wow, she lives at Kanyanya. Gwe munnange ali around Kanyanya mpererwe gayaza na mmere n'ebitundu ebirinaanyeewo. Leta abaana bakola ebintu ebirungi era ebyakabi ennyennyini ddala. So gwe akwasaganya class eno oba gwe abikola bino?
I make them with my friends.
Oh, ani abibasomesa?
Teacher Mariam.
So kati, what else can you do apart from this craft?
I can be a presenter.
Really?
Yes.
Oyagala okola ku TV?
Yes.
Osobola otulagamu?
Yes.
Kale kwata tulagemu kati genda ng'obuuza banno ebibuuzo mutunnyonnyole ku ebyo.
Okay. Hi, what's your name?
My name is Kimba Daud.
Oh, what is this class called?
This is craft and art work.
Okay. How many things do you use?
2 things.
Hi, what's your name?
My name is Simbwakin.
Do you love these things?
Yes.
Are you sure?
Yes.
Okay. Hi, what's your name?
My name is Tumsime Ukasha.
What is the name of your class teacher?
The name of my class teacher is Teacher Mariam.
Do you love these things?
Yes.
Do you just waste the papers or just make important things?
We just make important things
like
houses, flasks, and bottles, guitars, drums.
Hi, how are you?
I am fine.
What's your name?
My name is Sebahire Amos.
Oh, I want to ask, who teaches you these things?
Teacher Mariam.
Or do you love these things?
Yes.
Okay, show me the things you do. So what is that called?
Avocado.
It is made out of?
Paper.
And which material?
Polythene bags.
Local material. Which material?
Paper.
It's okay. Can you show me other things you make? What is that?
Carrot.
And the other things?
Banana.
A banana. It's nice. Can I see what is this called?
Sandals.
Wow, it's nice. And thank you very much. Hi, how are you?
I'm fine.
What's your name?
What's your accent?
Yes. Can you please show me the things you make in your art class?
We make shoes.
What kind of material?
We use tone papers. We use tone papers.
The thing I loved about you don't waste papers, but you make important things. Can you show me other things you make?
We make houses.
houses. This is a bungalow. It is made out of a box.
So what type of house is this?
It is a bungalow.
Yes, thank you. Another type of house? So,
This is a flat. It's also made out of a box.
wow, this house is so cool and I love it. Can you show me another type of house?
This is a hut. This is a hut, and it is made out of temporary materials.
Thank you. Can you show me the things like flasks, saucepans?
Can you imagine that this saucepan is made out of papers only?
Yeah. It's nice. What about these flasks and the cups?
Tojasa.
These flasks are made out of papers. We get a real flask, like anything you don't need, or shoes. We got a flask and we put it inside. After putting it inside, we got papers and put glue. We put on the papers, we waited for it to dry, and we cut out the flask. After cutting out the flask, we attach the cut part. Then this is what comes out.
So you got all of the steps. You can do it at home, even though there is no one directing you.
Yes.
So other things you can show me?
Wow.
We have musical instruments. These are guitars. They are made out of papers, and these are rubber bands.
Wow, it's cool. Imagine, can you even think that it's real?
Wow, so beautiful.
Yes. So, other musical instruments you have?
Yes. This drum, any child can make it at home. It's just made out of papers and a little few boxes.
Yes, and it's hard enough. It cannot even get spilled.
Yes.
Piano. Another?
This one is a piano. Children use them at home. They can use them as play materials. Yeah, people can play with them. If you want, you can even buy it.
Even in classes, you can use them for even studying.
Yes.
Another?
Wow.
This is a radio. Most especially in the village, people in the village use radios to listen to the upcoming information.
Yes, that is true.
Even the news.
Yes.
Oh wow. That's kano gomunange awuliriza era obatulaba ono ye presenter waffe Nakato Anat. Radio no mu Luganda bagiyita omuleeretu. Simanyi oba obadde okimanyi mu Luganda olutuufu gwe bayita omuleeretu. Thank you Nakato.
You're welcome.
So when you grow up you want to be a news anchor?
Yes.
Wow, which TV station do you want to work on?
NBS.
Oh wow, only NBS.
Yes.
Oh, how about international channel? You don't want? Wow, this is interesting. Muganda wange gwatulaba. Nze nina ekintu kye ndabye ekinneewunyisiza wano simanyi oba bakibalaze naye njagala tulabe omuzikiti guno. Ffe tubeereeyo kati wana yazina ayimirirawo oba naye nga creativity ali wano bannaye ebintu bisanyusa muganda wange gwali atulaba njagala atulabike nga tugenda mpola slowly but sure mpola tulabe nga twogerako n'omukulu ate mbeeta ensonga zino azikwasaganya maama nsanyusa okukusanga.
Okay.
How are you?
I'm fine. How are you?
My name is Short Zawizon. How about you?
My name is Nankabira Mariam, a teacher at Special Care Kindergarten and Junior School.
Wow. How do you come up with such an ideas that are so beautiful and interesting?
This idea was brought about by my director because she was always puzzled what can we do buying these instructional materials from shops, supermarkets. So it was always difficult for her. You know the economical situation in Uganda whereby these things are costly and very, very expensive. So as she sat down with me, we came to a conclusion whereby we can use the local materials instead of wasting boxes because people throw away the boxes. So we decided to start start collecting them and we make things. These are instructional materials. What do I mean when I say instructional materials? These are just things we use in class to help us in the teaching learning process. As you teach using a material, like for example, you're going to teach about important places, you have the important place already. So this child will explore the important place, and whenever that child moves out, he or she will not be puzzled to know how does a mosque look like. And the important places, more of it, we have the churches, we have
Abakatoliki n'Abakristaayo kanisa weri.
Yeah, and when these children see the things, they know. If you ask them, you're Christian, so where do you always go on Sunday? They'll tell you to church, and they'll identify the church easily because they see this cross on it. So after that, we also thought of how can we teach these children the types of houses. We examined some of them just go and sleep. They don't know even which type of house do you sleep in. So we decided to still get the local materials, which are not even costly because we don't pay any money. We just collect boxes from the community. Then we made these important houses so a child can identify which type of a house he or she sleeps in. For example, this is a hut. A child will know at home we sleep in a hut. This is a hut. It was made out of a box. In order to give it a nice look, we decided to put in some paint. And this is a flat house. So the moment you show these things to the children, they'll be able to identify we sleep in a flat house or in a hut.
Ekyewunyisa gwe munanga tulaba ndabako n'amadala gaagano toba togenda kubonaabona kwambuka mu kalinaayo olita buyisi wano n'otuuka ku level esooka ekisenge ky'abaana kwekiri naye banna ebintu biri wano byanjawulo leeta bulesi mwana.
So and this is the commonest type of house because most of them were like, for us we sleep in rentals. For them they could not differentiate between a rental and a bungalow. But when we talked about this, we say that a rental is just a small part of a house, but it's still a house. For example, this is a bungalow. A bungalow can still be a rental. However much, these houses, we told them one thing that is for sure, that what makes a flat and a bungalow different from a hut, a flat and a bungalow is made out of permanent building materials, of which include cement, sand and other materials, and of which this hut is made out of weak building materials like the grass. So we use this to represent the grass. So this house is grass thatched and it's temporary, it's tentative, like tents.
What do you mean by tentative?
When I say tentative, it means it's temporarily. So if anything happens to it, it can go, it can be destroyed easily compared to the flat and a bungalow. I'm not sure about that, but of course heat makes fire, but I don't know more about it.
Okay, seeing this, what is it?
This is a dustbin whereby we deposit all the waste in class. Each class has one. This still, it was made by us and it is made out of a box. But since we wanted it to look a bit beautiful, we decided to put in some paint. Other than buying dustbins from shops, from supermarkets, we sat as a team with my children, with my girls and boys. We decided to get these boxes and make a dustbin.
That's interesting. So here I see a school. Kyawunyisa nti sobolo disulamunga naye nga tunnyonnyoleko a little bit about the school.
This is a school. It's just here to reflect the real school. For example, we made different rooms in our school, of which our school has different classes, and here it's like we made an office of which it's not regularly opened. So this school, it will reflect them, and whenever you pose questions like why do you go to school, they'll tell you easily. They'll be able to answer like we go to school to learn, and they'll be able to see it, and it's easy, it's flexible, they can move with it anywhere, and they can even tell their friends what they have learned. So whenever they come to school, they won't be surprised into what a nice place. No, they have seen it already in class, and you've told them the importance of school, you've told them some of the buildings in school. However much, this is just a reflection of a real school. Yes.
So here again we are seeing a hospital.
Yeah, this is also still among the important places in the community, whereby if you're going to talk about important people, you have to talk about where they are found. This thing is taught from nursery, from kindergarten up to primary, even up to the university. So here at Special Care, we make sure that our children are able to see, to touch and feel, because learning is about learn to do. We'll teach them how to do. Like, this is a hospital. Can you really make a hospital? We are not meaning that they are going to go get bricks, do what, but they can make a representation or a reflection of a hospital like this. And when you pose questions like, what is the importance of a hospital in the community? They'll be able to tell you that we take children for treatment, or we go to the hospital with mommy takes me to hospital. Like, you know, young children, they are reasoning, and we always respect their reasoning. This thing will help them to think critically. What else do they do at the hospital? They give us injections. Who is found at the hospital? With just me showing them this.
Njagala tubeeko ebintu bye twogerako wano ndabe nga ekintu tukikwasaganya. So tulaba wano engatto zino. Mugaso ki oba amakulu ki ennyo agali ku ngatto zino? Like
as I told you in the beginning, that me and my director, we had to sit, because we're a big crew, and we had to sit and then we pause something. What can help our children in class? Because nowadays learning is about touch. They learn by doing. They learn by feeling. They cannot learn without doing. So this shoe, it's just a reflection of a real shoe. That a shoe is painted black, to show that a real shoe has to be painted black and polished on a daily basis. So just mere looking at a shoe, they'll form different sentences. What do you use a shoe for? We wear shoes. A shoe is my shoe is black in color. So this is the intent of a shoe. And this shoe, as you're seeing, as I told you in the beginning, we do not have money to waste on instructional materials. We want to make our own. We use these things. Still, they were collected from the environment, and this thing is going to act as a shoelace. Yeah.
So kanobakaita batya mu Luzungu? It's
like, it's also an example of grass.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay, so ndaba kiba kitegeeza nti ebintu byonna ebiri wano biyambako mwana kumanya mangu ki kyeyeetaaga oba byalina okukozesa.
Yes.
So for how long have you been preparing these things?
These things, they don't take a lot of time. What they take is dedication. We were dedicated, me and my team, as you're seeing us here, we were dedicated to do something different, to do something wonderful for our school. Because these instructional materials, they are not only for baby class. We use them from baby class up to primary 7. For example, this is a mingling stick. This mingling stick is always examined, not only in baby class, but in all levels, whereby we got a real mingling stick, then we place papers. We use cassava flour, because cassava flour is a bit cheap compared to gum or glue. So we use cassava flour. We had to put on a real mingling stick. Then after like 2 to 3 days of drying, we had to cut and remove the real mingling stick. Then we were left with these papers. So what was the intent of using a real mingling stick? The intent of using a real mingling stick, it was just to give us the shape of a mingling stick. But our mingling stick is made out of papers. As you making this mingling stick, or as you're making other things like flasks, we use them from waste papers. We don't go to the shop and buy papers still, but the papers they don't need, instead of burning them, but we can use them to make something else. Yeah,
that's interesting. I'm seeing afenga abagala okulya mbadde sobola kuva wano nga si muyina ekintu materials endala ze mukozesa.
No, it's really
bintu biri wano byanjawulo baganda bange. Amasowaani ogalaba. So how do you like
I told you, it's all about passion and dedication. We were dedicated to do the things for our children, because when you teach with instructional material, teaching and learning process is always simplified. What we did, we always get real things in case any, but there are things we don't even need to use real things. Like this sandal, we did not need to use even the real sandal. We just got an idea, then we were like, how does a sandal look like? We just got the shape, draw it on a piece piece of paper, then we made a sandal. No need of even using the real sandal. But when it comes to this saucepan, since we want the shape and we want to consider the durability of it, we got a real saucepan. We placed peppers on it to a size of durability. It depends on your durability. Do you want it to stay for long and long and long and long, or you want to keep making the same thing over and over again? For us, we made a decision, me and my comrades, we made a decision of making these things durable. What we did, we got a real saucepan, put peppers on it, top and inside, we put peppers on it all. Then after some 3 to 4 days, this saucepan was already dried up. So we had to cut, remove the real saucepan. Then the real saucepan was left to do the housework, the kitchen work. So for us, we are left with this saucepan shape. And so that's why I'm telling you that this saucepan is made out of peppers. And to our surprise, or to your surprise, the inside part we had put inside, it also made another saucepan. This was one saucepan, but we removed the inside part and the outer part to make 2 saucepans.
Oh, wow. Atenza kombade skategede. Amasowaani banange nagohe galini baganda bange. So, what advice could you give to some teachers there that abatayagala kozesa bintu nga bino kozesa endabe nga kiyambira ddala omwana? So which advice could you give to them?
The advice I would give to teachers, first of all, love what you do. This thing just requires passion. It does not take a lot of time. It does not consume a lot of energy. Just be passionate, be determined, and practice what you are taught at college. Because at college, they always tell us, make instructional materials. Please, teachers out there, this is my humble request. Please be passionate. Passion will drive you to doing different things. Passion will drive you to being a wonderful teacher. Passion will drive you to learn to do things with the children, because nowadays we learn in 4 dimensions. First, we learn to do. So that's why our children are always put in here to do. And another thing, we learn to know. That's why they will know and they will be able to construct different sentences just by mere looking at something, just by mere looking at a hat. And then another thing is we learn to live together. When we're doing these things, we don't do it individually. We are teamed up, like you see, we are very many. We teamed up and we do these things together. Me and my fellow teachers, our director can sometimes also come in and help, supervise. Everyone is in. So we learn to live together. And another thing, we learn to be. So if you don't do these materials and you're a teacher, how will these children admire? How will they be doctors? Because I've told you that the last step, or the last dimension among the 4 dimensions, is we learn to be. So if you want this child to be a sheikh, at least show him the mosque and let that child be more inspired, be more motivated. If you want the child to be a presenter, please show them the instructional materials. What is the importance of a radio? A radio is used to listen to the music. So very many other things. So please, teachers, keep the 4 dimensions in your heads. The first one is learn to know. These children will know. Another one is learn to be. Let them be what they want. I'm not giving them to you in order, but I want you to just understand. Another thing is they will learn to do the moment they touch. Nowadays, learning has lived those centuries whereby you just come and talk. Nowadays, these children learn a lot by doing. Let them use their hands to construct a house. Let them use their own hands to construct something. They'll be interested. They'll love going back to school again and again. And my final word is, please, parents out there, entrust us, trust us with your children, because we're making a lot of things. We're making a lot of things, and we make sure to put in all we have so that our children be what they want to be in future. I pray to God to always bless my school, Special Care Kindergarten and Junior School. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Katono nnyo. Are you single? Are you married? Are you... What are you?
Of recent, I got a proposal from him. So I'm still...
Anyway, Echo Fresh Yogurt, mgada wange bannaffe abatutusako shweno. Echo Fresh Yogurt, mwamunyoddeko ye mwamusanze mutya?
Eco fresh yogurt mulungi nnyo. Banange olw'obuwami bwenkakiddwa n'okukozesa Oluganda ng'ate ndituki ebiseera ebisinga ekintu ekiba kimpomedde mba njagala nkyogere mu lulimi lwange oluzaalirwana cause Luganda is my instructional language. Mba nsobola okugyayo bulungi obuwami bwe nti ali healthy, abeera fresh and it's always tasty. Nti omwana wa munnyo tagenda afuna fatigue, waliwo ebintu byemunywesa abaana, omwana natuka mu klasi nga yenna abongoota. So nze kyensobola okugamba nti ffenna tumukozese, ffenna tumwesige nti yogurt mulungi nnyo. Nze gwe nnywa n'abaana bange bensomesa mbagamba nnyo nti no tukozese eco fresh yogurt. Toyanze nnyo.
Okay, simuzaako mukono siibula abatulaba gwenga gubagambe ebigambo ebisembayo okole kyonna ekisembayo tukute.
Kyensobola basibuza nga mbagamba entrust us with your children. Special Care has different projects in place. Special Care is still bringing in a lot of things. Remember, Special Care, we are innovators. We innovate in Luganda. Let me use the language I love most. Tuli bavumbuzi, tuzuula buli kipya. Kati abamu batte mukimanyi nti omuntu osobola ovumbula akasawo. Special Care tukola projects, tukola craft work. These are factory made materials. Naye fe we make a shape like a bag shape. So please entrust us. And we used just wastes, the things you would have thrown away. Special Care here, we see the utility in it, then we use them into doing something else. Please entrust us with your children. Entrust us. We promise you quality always. Tulina n'akapya ke tubaletera tujja tutandikanga okulaga nga omusomesa asomesa tukikola tutya byonna shot zalizo nagenda bab tuletera abaana baffe bekuba kunne kuzisofi nekya kyemtalina kwerabira bambi munywe ka yogurt eco fresh yogurt leka kaberenga ka yogurt ko bit mutuntu okoye nnyo omusana gukocheza kati ngaffe abasomesa osiba otawuko deno deri nywako ka yogurt ofuna amaanyi okole bino ebintu ebyenjawulo ofuna amaanyi agakola obusawo ate n'obwongo buno bujjazibukira ddala kuba buli wonywa ekintu ekiri fresh eri fatigue evaawo n'ofuuka fresh.
Ebingi byogeddwa byonna tubyogedde naye tulina kye tubadde tutannayogerako yenze kennyini kamwa koogera nze Wizon Ssebuufu yakuweereza programu yaffe eno The Journey of Life. Tugamba nti tulina okutambula n'ensi tulabe ebyenjawulo ebituukawo oba oli awo tusomese n'eggwanga n'abantu abalala okulabika nga babaako kye beekolerawo. Nze nno njagala okutegeeza bannaffe abatuteeka mu ssente nti be bano wennyini olwaleero tusimbidde amakanda aba Special Care Schools bagamba nti basomesa abaana okuva ku nassale kutuuka ku kibiina ekyomusanvu baleetera omwana tojja kwejjusa ate bakolera ddala bulungi. Pierre Iwuna atuuse katugende tubalage akatale ki kyekategeeza ak'ebyensoma. Nze nno njagala okwongera okujjukiza muganda wange eco fresh yogurt bw'okakwata n'okenywera osobola okateeka mu bag osobola okateeka wonna wayagala n'okatwala n'otambula nako n'olabika nga owoomerwa ekikunywa ekirimu eddekende obulungi ennyo. Bano ddala nno aba Hado Tours and Travel bakutambuza ddala okutuukira ddala mu buli kasonda k'ensi eno. Wonna wayagala okgenda tukubireko obukubizi ennamba zaffe ziyitawo wansi ojja kulabika nti ekintu okinyumirwa era we yagale. Nze Wizon Ssebuufu mbadde ne munnange Kanman ku kamera era nga olunaku olwaleero njagala bategeeza ntugenda kukoma wano tetugenda sukkawo wabula mwekuume Ebola gyali Ebola mungi so twebereremu baganda bange tulabike nga twetangira ekirwadde kinnamuzisa. Mubeere bulungi mweraba.